I want to start this video off with a story. I was born into a family of abusers. I was born long line of abusers in the family. I have people that told me of accounts that my grandfather had abused people, and my mother and her boyfriend have abused people. I have, I've never been physically abused by my mother, but she did give me up for kind of a rock and roll lifestyle. Like, she wanted to party, she wanted to do drugs. She didn't have time for me. She didn't want me. I didn't think she wanted me to see her in that lifestyle. So, my grandmother, my biological grandmother, now I call her my mother, and my adopted father, they took me in, and I've been blessed ever since. But because of what I've heard about my family line, what I've heard about my bloodline, and what I've on that side of the family, what kind of people I've had in my family, I've been afraid to date. I've been afraid to date. I've been afraid to take this plunge, this foray into dating. I hate it. I hate being alone, but what I hate even more is the thought that if I were to date, I don't want to turn into my grandfather. I don't want to turn into my mother. I don't want to turn into my biological father, who also gave me up for drugs. I don't want to be like that. That was one reason I've been very leery of dating. I did not want anybody in my life that I didn't want to turn into that monster. I didn't want to turn into I didn't want to hurt anybody. Don't worry, I haven't hurt anybody. But that's the reason why I've been afraid to date. I've been afraid to date because I didn't want to turn into them. I loathe that side. Now, they've never laid a hand on me. My grandfather has, since passed. But I keep hearing these stories. I keep hearing stories about my grandfather and the things that he would do to his own children, and the abuse they would take. I don't want to do that. And because of that, for 31 long years, I've only been on one date. I've never had a steady girlfriend. I've never kissed anyone. Unless it was on stage and it was a tryout for a play, but that's it. I've never kissed anybody. I've never had a girlfriend. I've repeated myself a bunch of times, but it's the stories and the pictures that play back in my mind when I think about my own family, when I think about my grandfather, and how he would hit those children. I think about my biological father, who in hindsight was not my real father because he wasn't a real father. He let me go. He gave me up to real parents that could take care of me, so he could party, so he could do drugs. I was afraid, and I've been afraid because of that. I was afraid. It's just one of many excuses that I've made to myself about why I wouldn't date, why I shouldn't date, because I don't want to turn into that. You see, I want to have children. I want to have a family. I want the all-American classic family. Because of my lack of confidence, because I ate a lot, because I come from a very angry, very abusive bloodline, I couldn't do that. But things change, and they change for the better. They change. Let me get the right one unzipped. Oh, dramatic effect ruined. They change. It was open. They change for a reason. You see, I'm no longer afraid. I'm doing something about my weight. That's step one. Now it's time for me to step up and be a man. See, I'm not gonna let the ghosts of my family scare me out of something that I think every man needs. Every person. I'm not gonna let anything haunt me ever again. See, I'm tired of being scared, and I'm tired of making up excuses of why things can't go my way. I'm tired of making up excuses of why I can't be happy anymore. You see, I've been miserable, and I've been beating myself up for the longest time. See, fat is not gonna keep me down anymore. Excuses aren't gonna keep me down anymore. I'm gonna do something with my life. that I think I deserve. I want to be happy. Okay, I want to fulfill a dream. As soon as I get off, I'm filling out some paperwork. I know it was a whim, but I'm going to dedicate the rest of this year on bettering myself. The rest of this year, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, and beyond. I'm not going to suffer anymore. I'm not going to let my family's past dictate my future. I'm just going to go on. Tired of being miserable. I'm tired of tiptoeing, walking on eggshells, wondering when is she gonna come around. Because I don't want that to happen anymore. That was a load off my chest. And I want everyone to know this isn't going to be easy. This is going to be like weight loss. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be work. This is something that I've done to myself, and for that, I'm going to better myself. I'm going to make sure. I'm going to make sure that everything's right. And I think it's time that everything starts going right. Right now. Better time than never. A better time. I can't think of one. There's not a better time than now. I'm ready.